It's Greedy Miners, the gem-grabbing, friend-stabbing ultimate experience.
Wow!
The players start at the center of the board, traveling tiles with the goal of obtaining all 4 gems. But watch out, the competition is fierce in the mines. Roll the dice and see who comes out on top. Lose 3 times and you're done. But what's this? Your opponent has played a dagger. Your gems aren't safe when this thing is around. Once you've obtained all gems, you must make your way back to the center of the board. But watch out for traps. Stepping on one of these can have great consequences. Yeah! You lost, I won. Yes, you loser. I am the winner.
Greedy Miners is a competitive board game for 2 to 4 players. The objective of the game is to be the first player to collect all 4 gems and make it back to the starting tile. Players may sabotage each other using an assortment of items, traps, and one-on-one combat. To start, place all 9 board tiles on their respective marked spaces. There are 4 gem tiles, 4 minecart tiles, and 1 starting tile. Each player chooses a character piece and places it on the starting tile. Each player must then receive 6 movement tiles. After this, you may start the game. Players then decide who goes first. Once decided, the turn order proceeds in a clockwise fashion. You are now ready to start the game. Each turn, players must start by rolling the dice. This will determine the maximum amount of moves a player may take, lowest being 1 and highest being 6. Players may move freely between already placed tiles, or they may place their own tiles. Tiles must make a connecting path. After you have placed your movement tiles, refill your hand until you have 6 total tiles. Players may never have less than or more than 6 movement tiles at the end of their turn. Players may also choose to use a minecart tile to travel quickly around the board. Minecarts allow players to travel between any of the 4 minecart tiles. Using a minecart costs 1 off of your movement roll. If a player lands on a tile that is already occupied by another player, they may decide to attack a player. If multiple people are already on a tile, the player may choose which one to attack. The winner of a duel is decided by whoever rolls a higher number on the dice. Whoever loses takes 1 damage. Each player starts with 3 health. Once your health reaches 0, you must return to the start and give any gems you have to the winning player. You then refill your health and start over from the starting tile. After a player's turn, they must draw 1 item tile from the item bag. You may only carry a maximum of 3 items. If you have more than 3 items, you must place your extra item on the space you are standing on face down. Certain tiles cannot have items placed on them, and if you must get rid of an item while on these spaces, you must place it back into the item bag. Items may be used at any point during a player's turn, and each one has a different effect. Only 1 item may be used per player's turn. Certain item tiles act as traps on the board and affect anyone who steps over them. If 2 or more players are standing on a trap tile when it's activated, all players on that tile are affected. This includes the player who placed the trap. Carrots can be used to regain 1 health to a player. Daggers may be used while attacking other players to steal 1 gem instead of dealing damage. Defending players may also play a dagger card while being attacked. Goblins force any player who lands on them to discard 1 item tile back into the item bag. And bombs deal 1 damage to any player who is on that tile. If any player dies to a trap tile while holding any amount of gems, they are forced to drop their gems on that tile before being sent back to the start. Any player may take these gems. Once a player has collected all 4 gems and has returned to the starting tile, they claim victory and are the greediest miner.